And he was relaxed, he was leaning back and thinking, and then he said, actually, my Guru Maharaj has ordered you all to take birth to help me spread this mission. And so everyone's ears are popping up. And then he looked around across everyone in the room, and he finished. I was sitting here with Ribatanandan, and he looked across everyone, and he finished on me because I was the last one to speak to him. And he said, and now we are all together again. And as he said that, he just beamed, and he had his hand behind his head as he did, you know, Prabhupada. And now we are all together again. And he beamed, and everyone just went, Jai Prabhupada, and some devotees began to cry.
Bhajahari's face, grin on his face, passing out the booklets down there in the West End. If it wasn't booklets, it was lollipops. Anyone here tasted the Vimto lollipops? They're a curse, those lollipops. Because the devotees eat the lollipops. Have you tried chanting Hare Krishna, the lollipop? The kirtan thing, they kind of go down and pick up again. When the lollipops start to dissolve, then the kirtan starts to pick up again. They won't put a lollipop in that. It's really work. But everyone who gets one, of course, that's very special. People won't take a book, they won't take a leaflet. Yeah, this Hare Krishna. But you're from a leaflet, suddenly a big smile comes to your face. It's like they're living a second childhood for just a split second. You can't break through. Even the police take lollipops. I've given quite a few policemen lollipops. And even if they don't take it, I said, you got any kids at home? Yeah? Huh? Oh, those dogs have them as well. Oh, they don't choke on them. So Bhajahari was very eager to preach Krishna consciousness in whatever way he could. Through prasadam, through lollipops, through the booklets on chanting, and of course he had many, he still has a big stockpile of original books, unedited books. Bhajahari was born Christopher Samuel Murphy on the 20th of April 1951 in Cardiff, South Wales. Right from the very beginning, it seems, he was a force to be reckoned with, as he weighed in at 11.5 pounds at birth, which can't have been easy for his 5'1" mother. He was the third of 4 boys, later to be joined by a little sister. Life was not easy for the family, for there was not much money around, and the boys were always fighting. He attended primary school in Ely, then went to St. Iltid's School at secondary level, which was run by Christian brothers, monks. They could be heavy with the cane. And so young Chris came in for quite a rough time of it, with beatings from the school and from his dad, plus fighting with his brothers. However, his father also insisted he attended Catholic church on Sundays, where he quickly revived his attraction to spiritual life and soon became an altar boy. He always credited his father for this introduction to spiritual life and forgave him for the beatings he had received. You've got to look back 50, 60 years. We live in a politically correct world now, and even a tap on the leg is considered hyper-violent amongst family. So back in those days, kids were very naughty, they'd get a whack, and if they were very, very naughty, they'd get more than a whack. In fact, there's an old proverb that is, spare the rod and spoil the child. We're not advocating that, but this is the era, especially in Cardiff, a very heavy place, a lot of mining and industrial place. He left school at 16 and, not knowing what else to do, joined the Merchant Navy. and spent the years from 16 to 18 travelling around the world 3 times. After the age of 18, he spent a couple of years being a hippie and looking into Eastern religions. He set up an altar in his little studio flat with pictures of Jesus and Vishnu, etc. Then came the time that changed his whole life. The devotees arrived in Cardiff. Kula Shekhar was there. Now, we're not talking about the band Kula Shekhar, but who here knows Kula Shekhar, the person? Kula Shekhar Das. He's passed away now, sorry. 4 or 5 years ago. He was over in the States. But Kula Shekhar was a very, very charismatic devotee. Very charismatic, very talented. Very good musically. He could speak, he could preach. Very talented. Very attractive person. But Kula Shekhar was there, along with, and Rami says she thinks it's Sukarma. I think he was.
Began to pray to Krishna to send devotees to Cardiff, and by September, lo and behold, Kula Shekhar, Prabhu Vishnu, who was then Paul, we didn't do back to Pauls in those days, but he was Paul, and Sukarma Prabhu came to Cardiff.
Raja was immediately attracted, and when the devotees were thrown out of their rented accommodation, he let them stay in his tiny studio flat. Wow. Who of you here would let a bunch of devotees that you've only just met move into your house, flat, or rented accommodation, or owned house? Anyone here would do that? Not many of you, I can see. So he said, come on in, boys, come on in. Because it had a downside to it. Not long after this, his landlord threw him out. So he stayed with the devotees, who no doubt by this time got another place. Anyone here remember the kind of the little places we used to have as temples back in the 60s and 70s? A house, a rented room, you know, sometimes practically a squat. We could used to make do and mend, you know. It was rough in them days. He often described how he would go out on Harinam on the streets of his hometown. Now that's you know, you just joined the Hare Krishna temple, and you're actually doing Harinam on your hometown streets. That must be pretty, that requires some courage. He was shaved up, and you could see his mother standing crying on the street corner. Now that's sad. It's funny, but it's very sad as well. Imagine your child, your son goes off and joins some totally unknown quantity, this bizarre thing called Hare Krishna, and he's dancing up and down. What are the neighbours going to think when they see my Chris dancing up and down the street like this? But he was very determined. Bhajahari was a very determined person. What he made up his mind to do, he'd do it. His girlfriend at the time was also extremely upset about the turn of events. Bhajahari came to London with the devotees in 1971 when he met Srila Prabhupada for the first time. And he received the name Bhajahari Das. Sometime around this time, he went up to Nottingham to open a centre there. After Bhaktivedanta Manor was donated to the movement by George Harrison, Bhajahari became the first temple president under the direction of Mukunda, now Maharaj, Mukunda Maharaj. Seeing that the kitchen was not being properly run and devotee prasadam was not very good, he resigned as temple president and took over running the kitchens. Oh, that says something for his affinity for prasadam, isn't it? You know, you're a temple president, you know, and you didn't used to get cars or briefcases back then. You had to look into everybody else, but still a big responsibility. You had to make sure that the funds were there. It was a big responsibility. So he stepped down from that post and took up a position in the kitchen. During the 1980s, he was in charge of the Ladies' Sankirtan Party, which practically single-handedly raised the money to buy and refurbish the Soho Street Temple. So when that property was purchased, it had been a nightclub, a restaurant, a place of very devious and hanky-panky goings on. It's in Soho, say no more. But the ladies, they collected to buy this property, and not only the refurbishment added 2 extra stories on top. Rank Shaw was the architect, And he supervised the building where they put 2 more floors on top of that temple. Here we go again. Then he was again involved in prasadam distribution, being in charge of the Soho Street restaurant, then known as Healthy, Wealthy and Wise. And he managed to make successful that restaurant. He made it very successful by doubling the takings within a few weeks by means of leaflet distribution on the streets. So there followed a period where he had some difficulties with spiritual life, and because of his total and utter dedication to Srila Prabhupada, began to question his role within Islam and the direction in which it was headed after Prabhupada's departure, which many was shared, many was out, with question marks. He had worked closely with both Jayatirtha and Bhagavant and became disillusioned when they fell down and left. He was their right-hand man, both of them worked very closely. He became very disillusioned. So he took some time out.